Today we've got children and young people who are on the Get Ready for Geneva project, specifically on the steering group, the website and communications team and the children's rights investigators.
Today's meeting is all about putting together all that we've found from all the research and the surveys and the focus groups, and actually putting it together into a report for children's rights and planning how we're going to take that to the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child in Geneva. So I would say that today this meeting is really interesting and really important, and I'm just proud to be part of it, really.
When we initially set up the project, we advertised for key groups of young people to be involved, the steering group, the website team and the investigators. And we had between 80 and 100 applicants from all over the country, from a range of ages. We advertised through all the groups that we work with. We work with over 300 organisations that support different children in different circumstances. So we made sure that we targeted them to say, look, this is a great opportunity, come and get involved.
Well, I'm on the steering group and now I'm also on the drafting committee, so my role is to ensure that the project met its targets throughout when the data was being collected, and also to look over the budget as well. That was also part of my role throughout this process.
As a children's rights champion, I work in the West Midlands to promote children's rights and try and teach as many young people as I can about their right around the West Midlands by going into different schools and youth forums and giving speeches to them. As a web team member, I've been trained to do Vox Pop recordings, which is a voice podcast type system, so we can get young people's opinions and edit them ready to go on our website.
I'm a web team member, and I got an important job because I have to control the website and make things new.
Particularly through the focus group interviews we've been running as part of the children's rights investigation. We've been running them with targeted groups of young people, some of which have included children with various disabilities and learning difficulties, and we've been developing research methods to use specifically with those groups to give them the opportunity to get their voices heard.
My job as a children's rights investigator entails travelling around England, interviewing minority groups of young people, trying to find out whether their rights are respected and how they're respected, what opportunities they get and what services they're allowed to use.
During the half term of October last year, I spent 5 days purely travelling around with a member of CRAE, and all we did was do interviews and travel to different parts of England, and it's something which I'm passionate about doing.
Basically, I'm the senior investigator on the project, and I've been coordinating the interviews, setting them up, travelling with 15 of the children's rights investigators all around the country, all around England, the north, south, east and west, and just making sure everything goes according to plan. Well, today we're right up at the tip, Newcastle.
Hello, my name is Rachel Lyne. I am 11 years old and live in Gateshead. I am here today to interview you all about many things. The answers will be helpful in understanding what young people really think. I would be grateful if you could try your very best to answer as truthfully as possible, because what you think is important. Don't be afraid to be truthful, because I'm not here to reject or disagree with your views. They could be important for our future. I got involved because I thought it would be a good experience and I thought it would be fun. So far it has been fun. When they first came in I was a bit nervous. When I started asking the questions I was fine. And now I know what people in foster care think. I think that some things they said was a bit sad, but other things they seem quite happy where they live and with their social workers and carers.
We came up with this idea that at the end of the discussion, the young people could make a wish that if they could change anything in their life, that could make their life better, and if we could take their wish to the committee, what would their wish be?
If you had a magic wand and one wish which you could make your life better, what would it be?
I wish that I could reverse since I was little, and all the bad stuff didn't happen.
One of the saddest things is, though, some young people just have no wish to make, and often these are children who are very disaffected throughout the entire interview. I'm thinking here particularly of children in trouble with the law, children in poverty, is another group who, when they have the wand, just say, there's nothing I would wish for. They're reluctant to make a wish. And another observation I find is that children are also very altruistic. A lot of wishes are for world poverty to come to an end, for the debt crisis to end, for there to be no hole in the ozone layer. So it's interesting too, children have a very global understanding. They don't just see wishes as, confined to their own needs and wants, that they actually think of others.
My job as a children's rights investigator is quite fun because you get to go around the country talking to different types of children, and you get to find out what their life is like. So you know about different people's lives, not only yours.
It's more fun and exciting.
What do you not like about school?
What is the point of having a school if they're going to send you homework? Because you're meant to learn at school, so what's really the point of setting homework as well, if you can just learn it the next day?
I mean, strategically it was very important for us to get a representative sample of groups. We had 12 vulnerable groups to interview, and the research design strategy has been to basically get each vulnerable group in each of the 4 regions. And we've succeeded in almost doing all of the vulnerable groups in each region.
I'm going to talk about what we found out from the focus group interviews.
So I've been quite surprised with the crime survey, which I was just working on right now, to find that many children and young people feel so scared that they are driven to carry weapons with them, and also for the influence that the behaviour of adults has had on them, around them, in their neighbourhood. And also children and young people's portrayal in the media is quite bad, and that influences their behaviour again.
Bullying is a particular issue for children under the age of 11. Also to traveller children and children in care, it seems to be very pertinent. LGBT is another group that have been persecuted through bullying.
What surprises me is that most young people after school haven't been looked after by a childminder because most parents work.
One of the things that surprised me most is how open young people were able to speak about issues. I felt incredibly privileged and pleased to have that opportunity.
I hope that the children involved in Get Ready for Geneva will learn a whole range of new skills and will become very passionate about children's rights and the importance of pushing for their rights and standing up and having their voice heard. I hope that as a result of Get Ready for Geneva, the government will involve children and young people in the reporting process in 5 years' time as a matter of course. It won't need to be a funded project. I hope that the activities we're doing, whether it's training, whether it's campaigning, whether it's publicity around children's rights, I hope that those will become a matter of course for children and young people, that they'll be able to articulate their rights and campaign on their own for issues that worry them.